Hello, everyone. This is Darius Casti, Fairway America principal here at the company. I'm joined today by Adrian Bully, our recently named president. So, hello, Adrian. Thanks for joining me today.
Happy to be here.
All right. So let's jump into it. We're going to chat about Riverchase Apartments, our latest multifamily value add deal in the Cincinnati metro area. With Huber Capital, our partners on the deal. So maybe with that, Adrian, if you want to give us an overview of what this asset is, what the opportunity is, I'll help ask some questions along the way and fill in some blanks. But I really like the deal a lot for what it's worth. I mean, I think the story itself is really compelling. So I'll let you tell the story of what this is and why we like the opportunity. But maybe with that, I'll let you run with the overview here.
Yeah, sounds good. So as you mentioned, this is a new value add multifamily opportunity with Huber Equity Group. That will be the second deal we'll have completed with them. And we're pretty excited about this one, as you mentioned, for a variety of reasons. It just fundamentally fits into our philosophy of value investing. It's also in the Cincinnati MSA, which is one we've identified as an area to watch. And certainly, I think the basis that Huber has been able to tie this deal up at is very attractive, in particular in relation to not just what's happening in the local submarket, so very tight vacancy rate, as well as strong year-over-year rent growth, about 7%, but also it's proximate to a very large mixed-use development that a national developer has spent quite a bit of time on and has broke ground last year on, which will really, I think, bring a lot of economic value and activity to the immediate area where this property is located. And so with those reasons specifically, we feel like this is a unique opportunity, and certainly we very much value our relationship with Huber. And as an emerging partner of ours, we can't wait to see this one get done.
Yeah, that's great. And I agree that new development, what is it, Ovation, just to be able to draft off of that, as you mentioned, it's not just in the planning phase, they've actually broken ground. I think a few of the features there, including a concert, indoor, outdoor kind of amphitheater concert venue has opened, if I'm not mistaken. But let's get into the asset itself. So this deal was built in 1975. And my understanding is that it's barely been touched, if at all, since that time. So pretty dated interiors and exteriors. So the plan is to go in, really renovate those, bring them up to modern standards, finishes and whatnot. And the rents that they're getting now almost look like 1975 rents. Saying that jokingly, but I mean, they are really low, right? I mean, 600 some dollars. Similar properties in the area, even unrenovated, kind of in similar condition, are getting upwards of $1,100 to $1,200. So we're 40%, 50% below comparable properties in its current state.
That's right. It is, and it's to your point. I mean, it's a right value add deal at scale in a submarket, and even if we didn't have, I would say the natural, or at least with the master plan development, the intrinsic economic driver story right next door, where the rents are in place today are shockingly low. And that's really, it's due to the current ownership. And, you know, we hear a lot about operational mismanagement, but this truly is one of those unique opportunities where the current owner is, you know, he's in his 80s. He didn't want to sell. This was an off-market opportunity. So no broker was injected into the process, driving up the valuation based on where rents could go. And simply put, it resulted in, I think, being able to tie up this deal where, you know, the guy hasn't really invested in it at all through his ownership. So, you know, to be fair, a lot of money will have to go into it. It's not a light lift. It's somewhere in the order of probably $15,000 per unit for the interiors and probably somewhere around 10 to 12,000 for exterior renovations. But for that lift, you're right, Darius. I mean, we feel like we're being conservative, but we feel like we can double the rents from in place to post renovated. We're also being pretty conservative in how we underwrite economic vacancy in this deal, as well as our exit valuation. So we feel like if we're able to achieve these rents, there are other items within our underwriting which will fall into place naturally. And this feels like a very good deal to invest in.
Yeah, that's great. And that kind of brings me to a question that I've gotten from a few investors, which is, okay, so Ovation is this new, really nice development. Isn't that going to create competition for our units? And my answer, and I want your take on this, is not really. I mean, our units, although they're going to be a lot nicer than they are now, they're never going to be brand new kind of Class A luxury that the Ovation residential units are going to be. And those rents for brand new product are going to be significantly higher than what we're going to be charging for ours. I mean, do you want to add to that? So
that's absolutely right. I mean, we're very excited about Ovation exactly for that point that you mentioned, which is simply put that where we need to size out rents and, call it stabilize 15 to 1600 per month, will still be far below what new build Class A rents will have to achieve in order to justify construction costs. And that was before the inflationary environment that we find ourselves in now. And so not only are we well below those Class A rents, what will happen with Ovation, it's not just housing units, which of course they're planning in excess of 1,000 housing units. It's also all of the retail uses. They have close to 500,000 square feet of office planned. There are 3 hotels planned for it as well. It's the jobs that will be created, the economic driver, where people who would like to live at Ovation can't necessarily afford it. These are service industry professionals, workforce housing tenants who, for whatever reason, want to be at Ovation. Maybe their job is there or they have friends, family, what have you. They will naturally be attracted to our project because it'll be clean, safe housing, recently renovated, professional management, and we'll be the beneficiaries of those higher rents that they're pegging in order to justify their development costs.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get in quickly. This is a 5-year hold period, so investors can count on that. We're not going to get into returns here in this video just because our attorneys don't like us doing that. So for investors that want to see the returns, which you should, if you're going to make an investment or consider one, you have to download the offering memorandum and then we can chat about it. But what I'd like to maybe finish on, unless there's other topics, Adrian, would be Huber Equity and just their ability to do these renovations. I know we did the Teal Run deal with them, and that's gone really well, kind of ahead of our expectations there. But talk us through just their ability to pull off the renovations, our comfort level with Huber, and then anything else you want to add, and then maybe we can wrap it up from there.
Certainly, we're still early in the relationship building with Huber. We've done one deal with them, and it's gone extremely well. They have many other deals in their portfolio that they have acquired and also put through a renovation program. I would say this deal is certainly on the larger end of the spectrum, if not the largest that I'm aware of. And so we are cognizant of that. And this, as we build the relationship with Huber, we intend to invest a lot of our asset management horsepower in just being there as a reference and a resource to help them execute on the business plan. And that's our co-manager model, and that's the value proposition which attuned operators understand and appreciate, right? They're emerging, maybe they don't have the breadth of knowledge or experience, and they come to rely on Fairway to be a true partner in the co-manager model to help them execute on the business plan. And that's exactly what we intend to do.
Perfect. Yeah, I know that we have certain sponsors that we've done upwards of 15, 20 deals with, but they all have started kind of like Huber, and those have gone well. And to your point, we at Fairway have quite a bit of horsepower ourselves to help out where needed or as needed, and just make sure these deals go as smooth as they can.
We all start
So
somewhere, Darius.
yeah, that's right. All right. Well, anything else you want to add to this? I mean, we kind of covered the location, the story, the opportunity here, maybe timing of the close. We've got about roughly a month until closing, maybe a little bit longer. So middle of May.
Correct. Yep.
So we're taking commitments now, raising right around $8 million of LP equity. And then we as the managers will put in about 10%, so another 800,000 or so, 850. So yeah, anything else you want to cover here, Adrian, or you think we got it?
Yeah, we got it. It's we're really excited about this relationship with Huber, and it'll be the second of many.
Yep, perfect. All right, well, thanks for helping me out and joining today, and look forward to getting the deal done.
Yep, my pleasure. Thanks, Darius.